This is Henry Steiger, a 53-year-old man whose life took a sinister turn when he became a suspect in the tragic case of Cassandra Robinson's murder. Henry, the father of Cassandra's 1-year-old child, finds himself at the center of a shocking mystery that leaves investigators and the community grappling for answers. As Cassandra vanished without a trace, Henry's involvement in her disappearance raises suspicion. His vague responses and elusive behavior only deepen the intrigue surrounding the case. As we begin with the story, we're confronted with shocking questions. What led to Cassandra's disappearance? Was it a choice or something more sinister? The case of Henry Steiger and Cassandra Robinson paints a picture of a relationship marred by hidden tensions and unresolved conflicts. Join us as we untangle the mystery surrounding the case. But before we delve into his story, let's take a moment to express our condolences to Cassandra's family and all those impacted by these tragic events. Together, let's seek the truth and provide support to those who need it. In the quiet corners of everyday life, the story of Henry Steiger and Cassandra Robinson unfolds like a mystery waiting to be solved. Imagine this: Henry at 49 and Cassandra just 21, starting a journey together. Their love story took an unexpected turn when Cassandra found out she was going to be a mom in 2017. As they welcomed their baby girl into the world, things weren't as rosy as they seemed. On February the 1st, 2018, tension filled the situation as they got ready to celebrate their daughter's first birthday. But behind the smiles and birthday cake, trouble erupted. Cassandra had been searching for ways to officially recognize Henry as their daughter's father on her birth certificate that morning. It seemed like a joyous occasion, but a storm was brewing. Text messages exchanged between Cassandra and Henry hinted at growing frustration and unresolved issues. While Henry was out running errands, Cassandra's messages turned cryptic, suggesting a looming end to their relationship. Despite the brewing conflict, the birthday celebrations went ahead as planned. Henry captured the moments on video, masking the tension that simmered beneath the surface. But as the night wore on, Cassandra disappeared without a trace, leaving behind a bewildered family and mounting suspicions. Her family, alarmed by her sudden absence, turned to law enforcement for help. She was reported missing on June the 8th, 2018, sending shockwaves through the community. But here is the twist in the story. Henry's explanations to the law enforcement agencies only added further confusion. He claimed ignorance of Cassandra's whereabouts, insisting she had left for a vacation after the birthday party. But as days turned into weeks, doubts grew and the search for answers intensified. Investigators scoured every corner, leaving no stone unturned. They pored over her last known whereabouts, sifted through her text messages, and combed through surveillance footage. With each passing day, the urgency to find her grew, driving them to explore every lead. Search teams fanned out across the area, canvassing neighborhoods, parks, and wooded areas. Dive teams plumbed the depths of nearby waterways while drones soared overhead, scanning the landscape for any sign of her. Canine units sniffed for clues, their trained noses seeking out any trace of her scent. Meanwhile, forensic experts meticulously examined evidence collected from her home, looking for any clues that could offer insight into her disappearance. Every detail was analyzed, every possibility considered, as investigators worked tirelessly to unravel the mystery of what had happened to Cassandra Robinson. The search for Cassandra took a grim turn as investigators delved deeper into her sudden disappearance. After a relentless pursuit for several days, a breakthrough came when authorities uncovered a startling discovery. On July the 11th, 2018, police stumbled upon a storage trailer belonging to an acquaintance of Henry, Cassandra's partner. Inside the trailer lay a chilling revelation: a 55-gallon drum containing Cassandra's remains. The scene was shrouded in an eerie silence, broken only by the solemn hum of police activity. As officers pried open the drum, a foul odor permeated the air, signaling the grim reality of their find. Amongst the somber atmosphere, Cassandra's belongings scattered within the trailer served as haunting reminders of her presence. The discovery sent shockwaves through the community, casting a dark shadow over the once tranquil neighborhood. Questions swirled, and whispers of disbelief rippled through the tight-knit community. How could such a heinous act unfold in their midst? As authorities meticulously combed through the scene, piecing together the puzzle of Cassandra's final moments, a sense of unease settled over the neighborhood. Despite the grim circumstances, the discovery offered a glimmer of hope for Cassandra's loved ones, a chance for closure after months of uncertainty and anguish. Yet, amidst the grief and sorrow, the truth remained elusive, hidden within the confines of the eerie scene, promising to bring those responsible to account for their actions. Following the grim discovery of Cassandra Robinson's remains, law enforcement officials swiftly moved to apprehend Henry Steiger, Cassandra's partner and a central figure in the investigation. Armed with the evidence gathered from the trailer, authorities had sufficient grounds to bring him in for questioning. The interrogation that followed would prove pivotal in unraveling the mystery surrounding Cassandra's tragic fate. During the interrogation, Henry's initial energy waned as the detectives pressed him about the trailer on Mr. Johnson's property. He became increasingly uncomfortable when they mentioned an unusual smell emanating from it. Despite his attempts to evade the questions, Henry couldn't shake off the detectives' suspicions. As the interrogation progressed, Henry struggled to articulate his thoughts clearly. He hinted at knowing more than he let on, but seemed unable to express himself fully. Frustrated and feeling cornered, Henry expressed his distrust in the justice system and his own ability to convey his perspective. Towards the end of the interrogation, Henry fell silent, realizing he might have said too much. He understood that his words could be used against him, and he felt the weight of the situation bearing down on him. The uncertainty of what would happen next lingered in the air as the interrogation concluded. The trial proceedings revealed the chilling sequence of events surrounding the tragic demise of Cassandra, as narrated by witnesses and forensic evidence. Julian Masur, a key witness, provided disturbing testimony detailing Henry Steiger's contemplation of extreme actions against Cassandra. Masur disclosed that Steiger made alarming comments about killing Cassandra, selling her into slavery, or persuading her to leave without their child, all purportedly for the child's welfare. Despite this, Steiger wished for Cassandra to remain in their child's life until she finished breastfeeding. On the pivotal day of February the 1st, Masur chauffeured Steiger around town for errands, observing Henry's escalating frustration with Cassandra. Henry ominously remarked to Masur that the only decision remaining was the where and when, hinting at a sinister plan. Later that evening, Henry summoned Masur to his home, revealing that the where and the when had been determined. Steiger confessed to Masur that he had informed Cassandra, "It's your time to go," and made a choking gesture, indicating her demise. Shockingly, Steiger asked Masur to enter a large container to confirm its suitability for concealing Cassandra's body. The subsequent events unfolded the chilling execution of Steiger's plan. Steiger and Masur transported containers, including one containing Cassandra's body, to various locations, ultimately depositing them in Steiger's trailer. This scheme reached its climax when authorities discovered Cassandra's decomposing body inside a barrel on Steiger's friend's property in July of 2018. Dr. Andrea Minyard's forensic examination confirmed the grim reality of homicidal evidence, though the exact means remained obscured due to advanced decomposition. Throughout the trial, Henry maintained his innocence, concocting a fabricated story of Cassandra's accidental demise and subsequent cover-up. He attributed tensions in their relationship to differences in education and Cassandra's mental health struggles. Despite his efforts to obscure the truth, the evidence presented during the trial painted a damning portrait of Steiger's guilt. After the intense trial, the jury decided Henry Steiger was guilty of second-degree murder for Cassandra Robinson's death. Now, it was time for the judge to decide what would happen next. In a serious moment, the judge talked about how serious the crime was and how it hurt Cassandra's family. They thought about everything that had happened and then decided on Steiger's punishment. The judge said Steiger would spend his life in prison. This meant he would never be free again. Steiger looked sad and shocked when he heard this. Even though he had tried to avoid responsibility, the truth came out in court and he had to face the consequences. With the sentencing over, the courtroom got quiet. Everyone knew that Cassandra's memory would live on, and Steiger's punishment showed that the law would not let such a terrible crime go unpunished. As people left the courtroom, they felt like justice had been done, and there was hope that other victims would also find justice in the legal system. In the aftermath of the trial, the focus shifted to Cassandra and Henry's daughter, who now faces a life without her parents. Despite her tender age, she's been thrust into a world of uncertainty and loss. However, in the darkest of times, Cassandra's family is there for her daughter, giving her the love and support she needs to feel safe and secure. Now, under the guardianship of Cassandra's family, her daughter finds herself surrounded by relatives who are dedicated to ensuring her well-being. Lisa Robinson and Karen Robinson, Cassandra's sisters, play a crucial role in her life, offering her love, support, and a sense of belonging during this tumultuous time. It's a challenging journey ahead for her, filled with moments of sadness and longing for the parents she'll never see again. But amidst the grief, there's also the warmth of a family, the comfort of knowing she's not alone in this world. After Henry Steiger, 53, was found guilty of second-degree murder in the death of his child's mother, Cassandra Robinson, 25, Lisa and Karen Robinson expressed their relief at the closure brought by the guilty verdict. However, alongside this relief, they also acknowledged a sense of finality. They were relieved because there was finally an answer, but sad because it meant Cassandra was really gone. They said that before the trial, they sometimes pretended Cassandra was just missing, not gone forever. But when the trial ended, they knew it was real. It's been hard, but they're trying their best to take care of Cassandra's daughter and support each other. As we wrap up this story, the verdict and punishment of Henry Steiger marked the end of a heartbreaking chapter. Justice has been served, but the road to get there was tough. It's a reminder that every wrongdoing will be accounted for. What do you think about the outcome of the trial? How do you feel about the pursuit of justice in this case? And why do you think it's important to reflect on stories like this one? If you've been keeping up with this case or have any thoughts, drop them in the comments below. Your perspective matters as we look back onto this story of tragedy and justice.